Allow. All right. I think we're good. Okay, so welcome to Computer Science B10. This is Intro to Programming Concepts and Methodologies using Python, aka Python programming. And I'm Bill Mosley. I'm your instructor for the class. Today, I'm gonna introduce you to the class. I'm gonna run through the syllabus and some of the things you need to know about the class, some things you might want to know about me. And then we will actually go through the process of submitting the first sandbox assignment and the first regular assignment for the class right here in class, which is nice because there's a hard deadline for those. And if you get them submitted, that guarantees you get to continue in the class. So, and it also will show you sort of the process of writing a computer program and then submitting it to Canvas for credit. So it'll get you kind of ready to do the class. So Computer Science B10, just so everybody knows what we're doing here. This class is a part of a few degree or certificate programs. So it is required for some things. However, oddly enough, it is not required for computer science. Okay, so if you're a computer science major and you were thinking that this class is part of the major, it is actually not. That said, if you're thinking about majoring in computer science and you're new to coding, or you're not sure if coding is something that you actually want to do or not, this is a great class for that. Because I will teach you some very fundamental things in this class that will help you significantly in the computer science classes. So even the intro level computer science class, which is Computer Science B11, is somewhat difficult for a lot of people, especially if you're new to coding. So if you want to pursue that, but you're new to this whole thing of writing code, this is a great place to start because I'm going to help you learn some fundamentals that will help you succeed in those later courses. Okay, it is part of the data science certificate, it's part of the web development certificate, it's part of a few other things. Anybody taking this for something else, like another program? How many of you are just taking this because you just want to learn Python or coding or just interested? Okay, fair enough. A lot of people. I am going to introduce you in this class, not just to using Python as a language, but also to some bigger concepts of programming, software development, and even computer science. So there's a lot of different venues of learning in this class, and we're going to sort of go back and forth between all of them. Okay, by virtue of the fact that you're here, I think you know this, but this class, the only face-to-face section of this class that I'm teaching is this one. Normally I teach 2 or 3 a semester. This is it. This is the only time I'm going to be teaching in person this semester. The rest of them are online. I teach several sections of this online. So as I'm lecturing, you may hear me do a quick aside to online students, because my online students are going to have access to the same videos that you do. Okay, the only difference is their work is completely online. Now, if I'm doing the same thing for both online students and in-person students, then why do you have to come here? Well, first of all, because you registered for a face-to-face class, the state counts your attendance as part of our funding for BC. So you are required to come to class. But let me sell it to you a different way. Being here in class, you have an advantage over an online student. Because as part of our class experience, of course, I'm going to lecture and talk about things, probably more than you'd like to hear me talk about things some days. But you're going to also have time in the class to work on things. And as you're working on things, you will inevitably have issues that pop up, or you have errors in your code, or you have questions, things like that. Being in class gives you the opportunity to ask your neighbor, to ask me, to discuss your ideas with people in real time. If you're home doing the class online, and I'm sorry to all of the online students for this reality, but it is true. If you're home doing this class online and you're working through something and you get stuck, you don't have as many options, right? You are going to have to work through that problem. You're going to have to email me your question and wait for me to answer. And as much as I would love to be constantly available for all my students 24/7, uh, it's not realistic, right? Because even I have to do other things. So it's better to be in here. You have a great opportunity to learn at a more efficient rate, and you get your questions answered faster. Now, if you're an online student, you're watching this video and you think, wow, that sounds really cool. I'd love to be able to come into the classroom and have that opportunity. I do invite all of my online students to drop in to class in person when they feel like it. It's just something that so if you're an online student, you're watching this and you say, well, I could show up every once in a while for the face-to-face class. I say, go for it, because that's useful as well.